Back to my channel, it's Krista here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't know your Moon and Rising sign, Leo, there is a link in the description box where you can find your whole birth chart. And that way, for additional messages for the week, you can always look at your Moon and Rising sign readings as well as your Sun sign reading today. So this is for Leo for the week of August 22nd to August 29th. I'll be using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck for a 3-card spread today. We're looking at a central issue, outside influences or causes, and a probable outcome, as well as the bottom of the deck card for general energy for the week. And then, as always, drawing additional message cards from each of the Healing with the Angels Tarot and the Medicine card Tarot. This is a general reading, so whatever is most prominent in your life this week, Leo, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them too. Whatever you find helpful in healing, please use to your advantage, and whatever doesn't fit your circumstances this week, you can disregard. So what does Leo need to know? Wow, okay, so we got our 3 cards super fast. Going to put a bottom of the deck energy card here so you can sort of see that. And of course, as always, I'll hold each card up to the camera for you just as soon as we get a snapshot of what's going on here in general with all 4 cards. So at first glance, Leo, it looks like there's a great deal of understanding, compassion, commitment to healing, forgiveness, mending relationships, fixing problems of all kinds, and feeling like it's the right time and the right place to do this. And you are guided this week is what it appears like. You're guided toward higher consciousness. You have a higher calling this week. In fact, if you do feel pulled into old patterns of behavior, or particularly if they're negative or aren't akin to healing and loving the self and others, you are going to have that sort of angel as opposed to the devil voice in your head speaking a little bit louder, tugging at you a little bit more frequently. And not only that, but you're going to find it easier to abide by that voice and to behave that way this week. So that's all incredibly good news. So let's look at the underlying influences or energy for the week for you. This is deep knowing. This is a highly psychic card. This deck doesn't have necessarily a major arcana set. There are 52 cards here, but I would consider this actually a major arcana card. We're looking at one that could be associated with the moon in particular when it comes to the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. And of course, the moon is all about duplicity. It's about twos, it's about relationships, partnerships, the opposite of the day. We're looking at femininity, all things associated with the moon, in addition to psychic knowledge. And let's not forget the most obvious, which is wisdom. And we have this beautiful barn owl here showing that off for us. There's a great deal of wisdom. And when I said at the very beginning that there was going to be some like the angel as opposed to the devil voice in your head, this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the wise owl. If you don't like those types of figures, or if you don't like that language, for example, you can consider this, being wise as opposed to silly or petty. But there's a great deal of wisdom leading the way, or leading your general atmosphere or your heart and motivations this week, Leo. So this is beautiful to see for you. In your central position, this does represent you this week, or a central issue if this isn't you in particular. And we're looking at a higher power. This is a glorious card. We're looking at grace. This would be a major theme behind the higher power card. You can call this God, you can call this source, you can call this creator energy, whatever you want to call it. I mean, if higher power or God as terms don't appeal to you, higher power in the sense that you feel higher consciousness behaves, right? Your higher self, your evolved self. And this is you, or these are circumstances or issues surrounding your person this week. So I really feel like you're guided to something greater than yourself this week, and it's going to be easy to do it as opposed to putting up a fight or to resisting it. I think you're just going to feel like it's okay to, as opposed to being perhaps aggressive this week, if that were an attitude in the past regarding a certain circumstance or person. This week, you're going to have a lot more compassion, a lot more understanding, and commitment to understanding and compassion. This isn't going to be a throwaway. So really happy to see this here for you. That's a beautiful state of mind, Leo. In what is influencing or causing the current situation is mending. This is beautiful. This is an incredibly powerful mind frame, Leo. If you're involved in mending, another term for mending, of course, is love and compassion. It's commitment to these things, like I said. So we have deep knowing, higher, so wisdom, grace or God consciousness, and then healing and love. Like, what a glorious way to go about your week, or a glorious way by which to confront troubling or upsetting or confrontational issues this week, is to really be kind and thoughtful and consider ways to connect with people as opposed to create more division. So you could even be acting as, or being called upon to act as, a leader this week, Leo, with regard to confrontational issues or issues, conversations, relationships, problems, whatever a situation which holds any amount of agitation this week. You're going to be able to place some calm and understanding in that environment. So it's really beautiful to see here for you. And of course, with your probable outcome is the milk and honey. This is, in this situation, this is an everyone wins card. This is everyone gets to say what's on their minds. Everyone feels understood. Everyone is respected, which is its own kind of nirvana, right? I mean, this is the nirvana card. This is everything working out tickety-boo for everybody involved. If this is something going on that's particular to something that's very personal, so as opposed to outside relationships or outside conflicts or outside concerns, and I just mean this external to your internal life or your own psychology, your own mentality, etc. If this is all going on internally, it's still a win-win. This is something where you are going to be able to raise yourself to higher levels. This is a real week of evolution for you, personal evolution for you, Leo. This is what I'm seeing here. No two bones about it. There's no two ways about this. Real personal evolution this week. And again, this is sun, moon, and rising. So if you are a sun Leo and you know moon and rising Leos, and they are feeling down, or they need a little bit of like a pick-me-up this week, or they feel like maybe this is all in their head and they're imagining this, or they feel like they want to take the evolved side to an argument, or the evolved strategy, for example, please recommend this to them, because they might benefit from hearing this. It's not all in their head. This is something that is truly stemming from the heart here. And like I said, a real sense of not only wisdom, but we have a sense of grace. So this is really beautiful. I would congratulate yourself, and I certainly congratulate you for opting to choose this way and opting to listen to your higher good and to listen to a greater wisdom. So we're looking at issues of responding versus reacting. This is another way to frame this whole week for you, Leo. And yeah, it may not be perfectly comfortable at first if this is new for you, but a good way to sort of ease yourself into this, if this is new for you, is to give yourself just 5 seconds before responding to something that you do find upsetting, or that wind you up. So yeah, give it a few seconds, take that higher route this week, and listen to your higher power. Come from a place of love, forgiveness, mending, friendship, listening, understanding, and respect. And I think you're going to be deliriously happy with the end of the week in accordance to this reading this week, Leo. I just see you, like I said, I see, even if it's not an official role, for example, of leadership, I really do see you, wow, look at these additional cards. I really do see you, if not being provided a leadership role, I think you're just going to have it by virtue of being able to take the higher road. You're going to be considered a little bit of a leader this week with regard to this intention here. So fantastic. And if you're comfortable, let it happen, because people really need to see this in action this week. So your two additional cards here are New Love and New Beginnings. Now, I don't remember, honestly, the last time I saw these two together. In fact, so in that regard, for me, it's very rare to see two cards, particularly from the same deck, speaking about anything new. Something awaits you. And I'm going to suggest here, Leo, that it's because of what's transpiring here. And this is a conscious decision, therefore it's a conscious behavior. And even if this is new, maybe it isn't, but even if this is new, this is going to be compounded, this is going to grow in itself. But remember, the opposite will too. So really try to stay in the zone here, stay in this lane here, because it will heighten and improve everything that comes after it. Because a new love, whether this is of a subject, a topic, a place in the world, an idea, a way of life, or a romance, awaits you. Okay, and this is occurring this week. And of course, new beginnings. She's holding the world as a bouquet of flowers in her hands. This attitude or behavior could even just bring these types of associations into your life, where you feel like you are able to open up your heart, or you're able to accept new beautiful things into your life, including mending. Now remember, mending does indicate forgiveness. So there is a great deal of energy around mending. And of course, when they speak about the new beginnings here, we're talking about the outcome of that mending, right? We're talking about the outcome of all this behavior acting as a new beginning for you, opening up new doors of opportunities, opening up your heart to greater inspiration. And I can't let it go, Leo. I'm telling you, you're going to be a Leo. You're going to be a leader, which may not feel unfamiliar in many cases to a sign such as the Leo. Your planet is the sun. You know, you probably take on a leadership role relatively naturally, but I'm speaking in regards to this theme in particular here. So, like I said, if you can go with the flow here this week, a great deal of beauty and new opportunities await you. And I'm so delighted to say that your last card is the porcupine. Her keyword is innocence. This is absolutely, I 100% believe this. This is essential to compassion. It's essential to wisdom. It's essential to grace. Please understand, innocence, wisdom, grace, healing, nirvana, new beginnings, new love. Leo, my friend, how happy am I for you right now? This is just absolutely stunningly beautiful. I am so delighted for you. Please, if you have a second, let me know how this works out for you this week. I'm genuinely curious, and if you're not already, subscribe to my channel because I upload videos for your sign every single week. So until we meet next time, Leo, take good care, take the high road, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.